Okay, here we go. This is my first YouTube recording. And I have a message that everyone should hear. And it's about my brother-in-law and what he's been going through. And it's something that I feel no one else should have to go through. And he should never have gone through it. I'm going to read this message to you because I'm kind of new at this and I'm not a good speech giver. So let's get started. I have sent this message to so many people, organizations, and news agencies without any response. I feel like I'm in one of those cell phone commercials where the guy asks, "Can you hear me now?" The VA hospital problem reaches far beyond Arizona and the 10 other states that have been added to the list. I have been complaining about the VA hospital in Cleveland even before the Arizona problem hit the press. I cannot find anyone who is concerned enough to listen to my story. 5 years ago, my brother-in-law, Steve, went to the VA hospital in Cleveland, and his primary care physician ordered an x-ray that showed a spot in one of his lungs. His doctor failed to inform him of this finding and failed also to order any additional follow-up testing. He went back to see her sometime around October of last year because he was having trouble breathing. She referred him to a pulmonary specialist, and that specialist had his medical records transferred to him prior to the appointment. During the appointment, the doctor asked Steve about the spot on his lungs. Of course, he knew nothing about this because he had never been told. The doctor referred him to some other doctors who did additional tests. They eventually told him that he had thyroid cancer. He then asked the pulmonary doctor about the spot on his lungs and was told not to worry about it because it was so small that it could not be cancer. Since he was exposed to Agent Orange numerous times while fighting as a Marine in the Vietnam War and was a smoker, we all urged him to get a second opinion. He went to the Cleveland Clinic and they requested all his records and his pathology slides from the VA. They told Steve that the slides had been misinterpreted. They ordered additional tests and told him that he had stage 4 lung cancer. The thyroid was one of the few organs that did not have cancer. I do not know if you know this, but thyroid cancer treatment differs greatly from the treatment for lung cancer. And thyroid cancer treatment is ineffective for lung cancer. Steve now has cancer in his lungs, colon, brain, spine, bones, etc. I'm guessing from everything I have read, he probably has about 2 weeks to 2 months to live. He asked that his doctors not give him this information. I think it's because my sister cannot handle this knowledge, so if you know Steve, please don't mention the time frame to him. The fact that he had Agent Orange exposure and that he was a smoker should have raised a red flag to his PCP that a 12-year-old could not have ignored. What is going on here? The Cleveland Clinic said that if they had seen Steve 5 years ago, he could have been cured. My sister and her husband are the best, most honest, sympathetic, and caring people I know. What has happened to them is inexcusable. My sister has a bedridden daughter to which she has to provide care. She has crippling arthritis and has had to push her own health issues and treatments aside to help care for her family. Steve is so weak and he falls easily, cannot even hold a cup of coffee, and has lost control of his bowel and bladder function. While in this condition, he is struggling to get his affairs in order for his family. He has informed his state representative, the VA representative, the VFW, so far with no results. I have written to our local Fox News, the national Fox News, my other local news stations, and the president without results. People, he's running out of time. I have also been informed that his daughter's medical issues could be directly linked to his Agent Orange exposure. If this is true, then my sister should be getting some help in providing care for her. My sister's struggles are great too. She gets little to no sleep while trying to juggle a multitude of appointments, arrange for transportation for appointments, pay for numerous bills, caring for Steve and her daughter, cooking, cleaning, and the list goes on and on. Can you hear me now? I don't know what else to do. I do know that one of the senators in Ohio has just recently contacted her and promised to help. And before I forget, I'm going to show you a picture of them. This is my brother-in-law and sister, and this is after his first chemo treatment and after being released from his second hospital visit. He has lost all his hair, and I feel really bad because he started getting bald very early in life on the top. And he tried to get me to work at one of those places once that treat baldness so he could get a discount. And once he went out and he bought some kind of snake oil and rubbed it on the top of his head every night before he went to bed. And we used to joke with him unmercifully because all it did was take the varnish off the headboard of his bed. And now he has no hair. I don't know what to do. Throughout this, he has still maintained his great sense of humor. I've called him the other day and he answered the phone. And I says, has anybody offered to help you yet? Have you gotten any calls? And his response was, yeah, I got a call from President Obama. I said, no, you didn't. And he laughed. So, this is all I have to say. Thank you, and I hope someone finds out what's going on and can fix the problem. Thank you. Bye.